Hi there, thank you for watching my video. For this module on vulnerable populations, I chose to take a deeper look at students that migrate. This unique group of students are children to migrant workers. These workers follow seasonal crops, meaning that they often start their years off in Florida, passing through North Carolina in the spring, and with their final stop of the year being Michigan, only to do it all over again the next year. While these parents are often doing their best to support their children and family by choosing this line of work, the constant moving can be quite difficult on their children's education. Moving schools every few months not only makes making friends hard, but these students often find that the curriculum in each state can be completely different from where they previously lived. Students can then find themselves being penalized for being behind, even if the reason they are behind is due to these inconsistencies in curriculums. Many migrant students drop out before high school, not just because receiving a well-rounded education is difficult, but because they know that working full-time in the fields can earn them a paycheck. Something that I had never heard of before exploring this topic further is the existence of migrant education recruiters. These people have connections with the migrant camps in which these workers and their families come to stay during the duration of their work. Often being contacted when new families arrive, these recruiters head over to try and get out-of-school youths back in school. Something interesting about these recruiters is many of them have connections to migrant workers, whether they were children of them, have family members that are migrant workers, they were migrant workers themselves. They have a great knowledge of what it's like to live in this situation and how hard it is to receive the education that they may want or that they need. Having people that understand the struggle of being a migrant student and that can provide them with the resources they need to get their education can make a huge difference in the lives of these students. If we want to support these students and families, there needs to be a policy in place that protects these students from being penalized for not receiving the education they are entitled to. Instead, there needs to be a path that these students can take to get them back on track. The easiest solution would obviously be for these students to stay in one place, but their families need this work. No one should have to choose between earning a living and giving their children the education that they need. With that being said, I am going to emphasize once again how important giving these students different opportunities to receive their education can be. Some examples or ideas that I thought of were homeschooling. Obviously, this can be difficult because they may not have the technology to do online schooling, and then they may not have the family members that could actually take the time to school them. Traveling educators, something that came to mind to me was perhaps having educators in these migrant camps that can help fill that gap when the kids are not receiving the education they need in the public schools. However, I think the most successful and the most obvious track would be to just have agreed upon curriculum for all. So a statewide, countrywide curriculum that all students follow. That way everybody would be on the same path and the same track. While these may not be permanent solutions, they could at least encourage students to stay in school for longer. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you have a great day.